Hello, y'all. I'm back, and today is the letter C. What do you think I'm going to be making with C today? Well, of course, we have to have cookies and cherries because they're in season right now. And I love coconut, don't you? And then chicken. So we're going to have a wide variety of things making today. But first thing I'm doing, I'm starting with I'm making a cherry salad. So I've got fresh cherries. I got a huge bag of fresh cherries right here that just got at the grocery store. And they're so good. And I've got that nice little Pampered Chef cherry pitter, so I'll be able to get the pits right out of it. So I wanted to make a salad because I'm going to be making the cookies. That'll be the dessert. So the salad, this one actually has candied pecans in it, so it's kind of like a dessert. So I've started making the candied pecans, and the way I did it, I just took a cup of pecans. Let me show you. And I've got them. I may have to turn this light off. I know y'all can see better if I turn that off. Okay, so I've got pecans that I've been heating up in this pan. So let me get this back on. Oh, the light didn't go well. So I've been heating these up in this pan. Let me see if I can get you over here close enough where you can see what I'm doing for sure. And now that they smell, you can smell them, and they're starting to get a little bit brown. I don't want them to burn. So now the next thing is to pour 1/4 of a cup of maple syrup over them, which I'm doing right now. And let me turn that fire down a little bit. And a teaspoon of black pepper. And I spilt half of that, so I'm gonna pick it up and put it in here. And you're just gonna cook this down until the pan is pretty much dry. Which probably won't take very long because it's sizzling pretty good. And you can see how pretty that looks. Oh my gosh, look how good those look. I'll get you down here where you can really see it good. Don't those look great already? So once it absorbs pretty much all of this, then I've got about 1 teaspoon of butter left over here, which has a little piece of rice in it. I'm not going to use that. So you can see this pan is just about dry already. These pecans have just soaked up all that syrup. And the black pepper should all be all over them too. I don't really know how that's going to be. I hope it's where I can eat it and enjoy it. So now let me back you up so I can do what else I need to do. I've got to put the butter in there. Let me lift you up a little bit so you can see better the whole what I'm doing. Sorry about this. There we go. Now I can tilt you down. Okay, so I've got some parchment paper here, and I'm going to first stir in this teaspoon of butter, which will help make them not stick together so badly when I put them on the parchment paper. All right, those look great. And I'll just spread them out here and then when we get the salad made, we'll crumble these up on top of the salad. So they look really good. Can't wait for them to cool so I can taste one. Can't go wrong with maple syrup, right? All right, so I'm gonna let that cool. I'll get everything set up to finish up the salad and I'll be right back with you. Okay, I wanted to show y'all my little cherry pitting tool. This is a Pampered Chef tool, and you just put 4 cherries in there and then push down like that, and 4 cherries are pitted with nice little holes in the center. So, and all the pits are down here in the bottom, which is awesome. So let me get these in. I'm making the vinaigrette now. It's going to be a cherry flavored balsamic vinaigrette. I'll be right back. Okay, to make this, I've put about 1/3 cup of pitted cherries in this. This is the top to my little Magic Bullet blender. And now I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of avocado oil. And then I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of, well, actually 1.5 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. If I had white balsamic vinegar, I'd use that, but I don't have any. So there's about 1.5 tablespoons of that. You don't want too much because that vinegar can take your breath away. So now I'm going to blend this in my on my Magic Bullet, and we'll see how it turns out. And I'll be right back. Okay, I was supposed to add a pinch of salt to that too, so there's the pinch of salt. And I've already blended it, so just swirl that around. Put the top back on it, and I'll shake it real good. You can see how pretty this looks. That is beautiful salad dressing. All cherry colored, so that'll look perfect in our salad. Now let me get everything else together and I'll get right back with you. Okay, I'm back. The recipe now says to take 10 ounces of arugula or spring mix type lettuce and put it in a giant bowl. Well, I'm trying to make an individual salad, so this says that it'll make 8 servings. So I'm trying to divide up and make it so it's just 1 serving because Bob's not ready to eat yet and I am. So I've taken about 8 of the cherries, cut them in half and put them on top of this spring mix. Now it calls for either goat cheese or an avocado. Since I don't have any goat cheese, I've sliced this avocado in half, and now I'll just take a portion of it and put it in here. So not a lot, but some, maybe about half of this will go into my salad. So I'll just slice it like this and just put little pieces all in my salad. Makes it look really pretty. And then I'm going to crumble up some of these delicious pecans. Yes, I did go ahead and taste one, and it is so good. So let me wash. Look how the cherry juice will stain your fingers. You have to be careful with that. You might want to wear gloves so that you don't do it. So now I'm going to take a few of these pecans, just crumble them up to go on top of this salad, like this. And then I'm going to pour some of that dressing over it, and it will be delicious, I'm sure. I wish I had some goat cheese because I think that would really make it good, but the avocado should be good too. All right, so got those on there. I love these pecans. Bob, of course, came in here and snitched a few pecans himself. So now let me get my dressing. Here it is. And pour a little bit on here. Oh, y'all, that is so pretty. Look at that. Oh, love it. All right, there is my beautiful salad. Now I'm going to try some of it. So let's try it. Get me a fork here. Can't wait. This is gonna be so good, I'm sure. Get a little piece of lettuce and cherry and avocado, and I think there's some pecans on there too. Oh, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Y'all, that is delicious. I can make a meal off of just this. So good. I'll be back in just a little bit with our other seed. Guess what it's gonna be? Hey y'all, I'm back. That salad was delicious. I ate every bite of it. Oh my gosh, it was so good. That dressing just made it wonderful, and of course those candied pecans in there. Can't go wrong with that. So we're still on C, and now I'm going to make some cowboy cookies. And I don't know if you know about a cowboy cookie, but they have coconut, they have oatmeal, and I don't know why you're sliding down. Hold on a second. They have oatmeal, coconut, pecans, chocolate chips. It's like a combination of all the best cookies ever, and they're huge. And there's a story behind this particular recipe that I'm using. It's actually Laura Bush's cowboy cookie recipe. And let me tell you the story. I got this from the Southern Living website. It said that back in 1992, the Family Circle magazine, I don't know how many of y'all remember that magazine, but I do. And anyhow, they started a little contest, a little political bake-off, if you will, for, hold on a minute, I've got to fix this thing. It just keeps sliding down. Y'all keep getting shorter. I don't know what the problem is, but hopefully it'll stay. Okay, so they started this bake-off, like a presidential bake-off in 1992, and it was between, you know, the wives of the presidential candidates. Anyhow, the first lady in 1992, it was Hillary Clinton, and she was going against Barbara Bush in that bake-off, and Hillary's chocolate chip cookies beat out Barbara Bush's chocolate chip recipe. So then in 2000, Laura Bush did her, she called it the Texas Governor's House Cowboy Cookies. And they won out over Tipper Gore's ginger snap cookie recipe. So that's just a little history. I think it was fun to hear about it. But anyhow, there's lots of reasons that people call them cowboy cookies. You know, they think they were created in Texas, so everything's big in Texas. And these are huge cookies. Like when you scoop them up, you're going to be scooping with like 1/4 of a cup of batter into each cookie, which is unreal. But anyhow, I'm going to start making it. What I did first, let me turn you down so you can see what I've done here. I've mixed up the dry ingredients here, and this was 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1 tablespoon of baking soda, and I only used 1/2 of a tablespoon of the cinnamon, even though it called for a whole tablespoon. I was just, I didn't want the cinnamon to overtake the taste of this, and you know, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. But then it was a teaspoon of salt that went in here as well. So that's what's all in here, and I've got it all mixed up so that when we're ready to put it in with our wet ingredients, I'll have it already ready. So now what I'm doing is I've got my mixer right here. I've got 3 sticks of butter down in there. So 1.5 cups of butter is going to be beaten, and we'll get that going. And I'll turn y'all off while I beat it because it's really noisy and I know you don't like that. So let me get that beaten up and then we'll start adding ingredients. All right. Okay, now I'm going to beat in 1.5 cups of regular white sugar, white granulated sugar, and 1.5 cups of light brown sugar. This is packed, so it's pretty hard to squeeze in here. There we go. Alright, so that's getting pretty thick. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me see if I can get you closer so you can see down in there. It's pretty thick. So now I'm going to add in the eggs one at a time. Do that. One. And then I'm putting 3 eggs in. If you want to see this recipe, all you have to do is just Google Laura Bush's cowboy cookies. And you'll see it then. And now I've got to add in the flour and vanilla. Let's see, I'm going to add a tablespoon of vanilla. A lot of vanilla. And then we're going to add in all the flour mixture. I'm doing this a little at a time. It's going to take me a while, so let me get back with you when I get this in here. Okay, you can see that's pretty thick batter down in there. Now, I'm going to thicken it up even more. I've got to add in 3 cups of rolled oats. So I'm going to add those in gradually. Pour them in a little bit at a time here. I hope my bowl is going to be able to hold all this. It says the recipe makes like 42 of the really big cookies. So we shall see. All right, we got all that in there. Now I have to add the coconut. It's 2 cups of flaked coconut here. It's the sweetened flaked coconut. That's what I'm using. Then 3 cups of chocolate chips. Goodness gracious. I might have to stop and push some of this down. Yeah. That is getting high up to the top there. Let me just see. Can't even lift it. Oh, get down in there. So you can see it makes a big bowl full of batter here. I think I can get that back in there because I still got to put the pecans after this. Okay. We'll see how this is going to do. Alright, I got all those chocolate chips in there. My goodness. All the pecans you got to get in there. Get in there. slow that down. I can't fit it all in there. You can see it is coming out of my bowl here. So let me see if I can push it back around this way and at least get my batter up, and then beat her up, and then I'll just stir the rest of these pecans in by hand, because I don't want any of this to come out on the floor. And it looks like it might really try to, if I can't poke it back down in there. So you can see, y'all, if you've got a big mixer, that it's going to be better than just this normal size mixer that I have. Either that, or just cut the recipe in half, which is probably what I should have done, but I didn't do it. So we're having fun here, right? Okay, so I'll clean this beater off and then add the rest of these pecans in, and I'll get right back. Okay, I got all those stirred in here now, so the batter's mixed up, and I've got my really big scoop. I measured, I put a 1/4 cup of water in here, and it filled it completely up. So this is the 1/4 cup scooper. So I'm just gonna scoop them, and it says to place them about 3 inches apart on the parchment paper. So I'm just gonna do that. That is huge. Those are gonna be some big old cookies. So I think I'll do like this. Just kind of alternate them. So I'll be able to cook about 5 cookies at a time, which is not very many, but it's more than Bob and I need to eat for sure. So my plan is to take the rest of this batter and to put it in little balls, put it on a cookie sheet, and put it in the freezer and let it freeze. And then I'll put them in little baggies, and then I can just pull them out as we want to eat 1 or 2 cookies. So I think that'll be pretty wise. I've got my oven preheated to 350. I'm gonna put these in and let them bake for about 14 minutes. And I will let you know if that's long enough or too long or whatever, and I'll be back with you shortly. Whoa, y'all, you're not gonna believe these things. Just look at that. Are those huge or what? They are so big, look, compared to my hand. They're still squishy and soft, so I gotta let them cool, and then I'll try eating one. But man, they look good. Okay, y'all, this is the cookie. It's cooled off now, and I'm telling you, this thing is so delicious. And look what I'm doing. I've got these all laid out here. I'm gonna put them right onto a cookie sheet. Just slide the paper over, put it on a cookie sheet, stick it in the freezer. And when it's frozen, I'll be able to take the frozen balls and put them in a baggie and pull them out to cook whenever I want some. So I'm excited about that. I've got a dozen in the freezer now. I didn't have room for more at any one time. So I'm just gonna freeze them a dozen at a time and do that. So yay. Okay, now we're here for the last C, and it's gonna be chicken fajitas. I've done them before, I think, but it's a quick, easy dinner. Bob and I love it. I'm just gonna take some rotisserie chicken and chop it up and put it in the skillet, add some sliced bell peppers, some sliced Vidalia onions. I'll get that going in just a minute. Y'all just hold on. Okay, I have a partially eaten rotisserie chicken. We buy these from Sam's, and they're only like $5 for this huge chicken. So we can get several meals off of it. So tonight I'll be using most of the breast and some of the thigh maybe to make the fajitas. I've also chopped up some Vidalia onion into nice slices like this, where it's, like that. And also I didn't have a green bell pepper, but I had an orange one, so I've chopped this up into slices as well. So I'm gonna cook the chicken first just to try to crisp it up a little bit. Then I'll throw in the onions and the bell pepper and get that going. So let me get all this chicken off the bone and I'll get right back with you. Okay, I just wanted to show y'all. I've got this much off the bone over here for us for dinner, which is plenty. And then in that one rotisserie chicken, I have this much that I pulled off for our dogs. It's skin and little pieces of the meat that maybe were just too fatty for us to eat. And then this is the carcass that will go out in the woods for our wood animals to eat. And then I still have 1/2 of the breast left. So like I said, these are such a good deal. I'll make some chicken salad with that tomorrow. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and put these onions in here now that this meat has, see how it's starting to crisp up? I guess you can see that. Let me show you how some of it looks here. You see how that's gotten crispy? So, and I just put just a little bit of olive oil down in this skillet. And these iron skillets work perfect for this. So I'm just gonna separate these into little rings, or half rings rather, and put the onions all in here so that they can brown as well. It's popping on me. And then put the peppers in there and just let it just keep cooking, and I'll keep stirring, and it will be looking really good real soon. So I'll be back with you in just a few minutes. Okay, I want you to see how the onions have gotten very translucent here. Everything is really done. So now I'm going to squeeze some lime juice over it and put a little Worcestershire over it. So I've got some lime juice. If I had fresh lime, I'd use fresh lime, but I don't have fresh lime, so that makes it sizzle like when you go to the restaurants and order fajita, right? And then here's some Worcestershire just to add to it. I've already put some garlic powder, some salt and pepper on this, so it is ready now. So what I do next is I just heat up a flour tortilla right here on a flame. Just lay it down on the flame like that. Hope you can see this. Let me get you a little bit closer. And get that up. You can see it's just browning it a little bit, getting it nice and soft and warm, and boom, put it on the plate. Turn that off. And now I'll assemble it with a little bit of the meat and onions. Yeah, that looks really good. Get that in there. I like to put a little sour cream on mine. And then a little bit of salsa. You could also add cheese if you want at this point. But I didn't get cheese out, so I'm going to do without the cheese. Just saves on the calories. And then just wrap it up like so. And I usually seal it with a little bit of the sour cream. Use it like glue. And there you go. There's my fajita for dinner. Yum. So I will try that now. Hold on a second. Here we go. All right, let me see if I can get a bite of this without spilling it all over myself. That is so good, y'all. So we've done it. We've finished the C's today. We've had cherry salad, and this cherry salad dressing was delicious. We've had the cowboy cookies and now chicken fajitas. So we finished the C's. Y'all send me some suggestions for the D's. We'll do those tomorrow. Love y'all. Please subscribe.